In 1953, the audio industry witnessed an event that had a significant impact on the hi-fi sector. This event was, in fact, one of the factors that shaped the world of audio as we know it today. That year, Sidney Harman, a talented engineer who became a manager at the David Bogan Company, decided that American listeners deserved truly high-quality sound in their homes. Sound that would be better than what most companies were offering at the time. When the Bogan Company refused to create the advanced stereo system he had in mind, Harman resigned in May of that year. He convinced the company's chief designer, Harman Kardon, to join him in a new venture. Together, they pooled their savings, $5,000 each, and opened Harman Kardon Incorporated in a small workshop in Westbury, New York. Their mission was as bold as it was simple: to combine innovative audio engineering solutions with elegant design to bring music as it should be heard into ordinary homes. The collaboration between these two determined visionaries laid the foundation for what would later become a legendary hi-fi brand. Within a year, the team had made a significant breakthrough. In 1954, Harman Kardon introduced its first models, the 7-tube AM/FM tuner A100 and, more importantly, the Festival D1000, the world's first compact, integrated hi-fi AM/FM receiver with a combined technique of the Williamson amplifier plus an ultralinear output stage. The D1000 combined a radio tuner, preamplifier, and 20-watt amplifier in a single unit, and was affordable for ordinary consumers. It may seem like an exaggeration, but for many, the D1000 was the first high-quality receiver that allowed them to hear radio and records with high quality and clarity in their own homes for the first time. Harman later recalled the release of this product: "We knocked the hell out of them. They were trembling with Shostakovich's Fifth. Nobody had heard anything like that in his living room." Indeed, the first receiver impressed buyers with its powerful, almost concert-like sound. The appearance of the D1000 was equally impressive. Early Harman Kardon devices were distinguished by their aesthetics: a chassis with a matte copper finish, black side panels and knobs. This warm, elegant style became the brand's signature feature. The team believed that audio components should look as sophisticated as they sounded. This philosophy, form merging with function, became as important a part of Harman Kardon's identity as its engineering expertise. By the mid-1950s, the company was growing steadily. In 1956, Harman Kardon went public, with a valuation of approximately $600,000. The product line expanded to include separate tuners, amplifiers, and integrated receivers with different power ratings and in different price categories. What's more, the company offered an unheard-of unconditional 1-year warranty on parts and labor, a sign of confidence in the quality of its equipment. In 1957, company co-founder Harman Kardon retired, leaving Sidney Harman at the helm. Under his leadership, the young company became a major player in the home audio market, known for its reliability and high sound quality. In the late 1950s, Harman Kardon continued to actively innovate. In 1958, the company introduced the Festival TA230, considered the first full-fledged high-quality stereo receiver. Since FM stereo broadcasting did not yet exist at that time, the TA230 used a clever simulcast stereo system. The left channel was transmitted on AM and the right channel on FM. For its time, this was a very inventive solution. A year later, anticipating the future of FM multiplex stereo, the company released the MA250 model, which allowed tuners to receive true FM stereo as soon as broadcasting began. Each step made stereo sound more accessible to the general public. The Harman Kardon products of those years were based on a key philosophy: the wider the range, the better. In 1959, the company's engineers embodied this principle in the Citation 2 amplifier, one of the first tube amplifiers with an ultra-wide bandwidth. While most hi-fi devices were limited to around 20 kHz, the Citation II operated from approximately 18 Hz to 60,000 Hz at full power. The reason? Harman and his colleagues argued that even frequencies above the threshold of audible hearing carry musical harmonics that enrich the listening experience. We design amplifiers with the widest possible audio bandwidth so that no nuance is lost, the company stated. The Citation II became the embodiment of this approach: 60 watts per channel, exceptionally clean and transparent sound, highly praised by critics. By the 1960s, Harman Kardon had become a widely recognized name among audio enthusiasts. In 1969, parent company Harman International acquired JBL, the renowned speaker manufacturer, combining JBL's powerful speakers with its own sophisticated electronics. This cemented Harman International's reputation in the high-end audio segment. In 1970, Harman Kardon once again became a trendsetter with the release of the CAD-5, the world's first home cassette deck with Dolby B noise reduction. This made recording and playing music on compact cassettes practical and high quality, significantly expanding the ways to listen to hi-fi sound. Sidney Harman's personal career also influenced the company's fate. In 1976, he was appointed Deputy Secretary of Commerce under President Carter. The law required him to divest himself of his business interests, and in 1977, Harman sold Harman Kardon to the Beatrice Foods conglomerate for approximately $100 million. Beatrice quickly began to dismantle the business piece by piece. For example, it sold the hi-fi receiver division to the Japanese company Shin-Shirasuna. By 1980, only about 60% of Harman Kardon's original business remained under Beatrice's control. In effect, the iconic company had been fragmented by an outside owner. Fortunately, however, Harman was determined to reclaim his brainchild. After leaving government service, he used the proceeds to buy Harman International from Beatrice for $55 million in 1980, restoring the foundation of the business. The company was renamed Harman International Industries. However, the key receiver division still remained with Shin-Shirasuna. In the following years, Harman International expanded its brand portfolio. In 1983, it acquired Infinity Speakers, and in 1985, the company finally bought back the original Harman Kardon receiver division from Shin-Shirasuna. By 1986, Harman International was back on the stock market, beginning a new phase of growth and stability. In the 1980s, Harman Kardon was one of the leading companies in technical audio innovation. A striking example is the Citation 20 power amplifier, introduced in 1980. It was developed by Finnish engineer Matti Otala, who in 1970 discovered the phenomenon of intermodulation distortion in transient processes. Otala designed the Citation 20 with carefully controlled feedback, virtually eliminating transient distortion. The result was impressive. Audio Critic magazine called the Citation 20 the best-sounding power amplifier in the world. It is worth noting that Matti Otala and his circuit design for the aforementioned amplifier secured the engineer's place in the history of audio technology. Otala became a legend for many, effectively changing the approach to amplifier design. In the early 1990s, Sidney Harman once again implemented radical changes. He concluded that Harman International had become a fragmented group of dozens of niche divisions. To keep pace with the modern market, he consolidated 21 divisions into just 5 key ones. At the same time, Harman Kardon shifted its focus towards mass retail. Its products began to appear in chains such as Circuit City and Best Buy, rather than just in boutique hi-fi stores. This move proved to be justified. By the 1992 financial year, Harman International had returned to profitability. For the first time in many years, net profit was positive against a backdrop of sales growth. The company became more efficient and was able to bring premium sound to a wider audience. Harman Kardon's legacy is not only technical, but also aesthetic. One of the products that proves this is the famous Soundstick system. This memorable product was created in collaboration with Apple in 2000. The transparent domes and curved shapes, designed by Apple designer Jonathan Ive, redefined the very concept of speaker design. Essentially, it was a subwoofer and satellites from Harman Kardon, but their fresh and unusual design was recognized. Soundsticks won the Industrial Design Excellence Award and was included in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art in New York as an example of exceptional design. This moment confirmed that for Harman Kardon, beautiful sound has always gone hand in hand with beautiful form. In the 2000s, Harman continued to explore new formats. The company released advanced AV receivers, such as the AVR 7000 with HD/CD decoding, and CD recorders, such as the successful CDR2. The brand speakers became a standard feature of personal computers and consumer electronics. Harman Kardon speakers were installed in Apple Macintosh computers and Toshiba, Acer, and Asus laptops. It is noteworthy that a pair of transparent spherical speakers that came with the Apple G4 Cube, around 2001, also made it into the MoMA archives, further confirmation of the brand's design status. In the automotive world, the name Harman Kardon has become synonymous with premium sound. In 1992, the first car audio system from the renowned manufacturer was installed in the new Land Rover Range Rover. This marked the beginning of a long-standing partnership. Today, Harman Kardon audio systems are available in many premium cars, including BMW, Mini, Mercedes, Volvo, Subaru, and others. Each system is tailored to a specific interior, but the Harman Kardon label signifies the brand's signature combination of clarity and warmth, familiar from home entertainment systems. Throughout the brand story, people played a key role. Sidney Harman was a tireless entrepreneur and strategist. Even in his 70s, he claimed that he was not at all interested in retiring. His leadership shaped not only the product strategy, but also the structure of the company. He understood that audiophiles were attracted to the mythology of a small firm, but sought to convey value and quality to a wider audience. Bernard Kardon, on the other hand, was a modest engineer. His pursuit of technical excellence and elegant simplicity in the 1950s set the standard for all of the company's products. And Matti Otala's contribution in the 1970s secured Harman amplifiers a leading position in global audio design. All of these people shaped Harman Kardon's culture of innovation. Sidney Harman remained at the helm of the company for an unusually long time. It was only in 2007, at the age of 88, that he officially stepped down from active management, having appointed his successor, Dinesh Poliwal, in advance. Under his leadership and that of subsequent managers, the company embraced new technological trends, network functions, wireless sound, voice assistants, while remaining true to its roots. For example, in 2017, the brand released the Invoke smart speaker with Cortana, followed by the Citation line with Google Assistant. In 2017, a new corporate chapter began. South Korean giant Samsung agreed to purchase Harman International for approximately $8 billion. The deal reflected Samsung's interest in automotive and connected technologies, but Harman's brands were retained. Today, Harman Kardon continues to exist as an independent premium audio brand within Samsung. The scale and R&D resources of the parent company have expanded the brand's global presence, but Harman Kardon has strived to maintain its high sound quality and sense of luxury. In 2023, Harman Kardon celebrated an important milestone, its 70th anniversary. In its anniversary statement, Harman emphasized the brand's rich heritage of acoustic and aesthetic excellence. It noted that the very first Festival D1000 receiver set the tone for decades to come, combining technological breakthroughs with stylish design. The anniversary release mentioned key products, the TA230, Citation wideband amplifiers, and the CAD5 cassette deck with Dolby, each of which was outstanding for its time. Harman Kardon's management emphasized that a commitment to beauty, both in sound and appearance, has always been the brand's guiding star. This spirit is preserved in Harman Kardon's modern products, although they are, of course, very different from what the brand used to make. However, this is what it means to understand modernity. Current models, such as the Aura Studio 4 or Go Plus Play 3, showcase the brand's signature design with smooth shapes, transparent domes, and metallic accents, while offering surround sound and connectivity technologies such as Bluetooth and other wireless options. In the era of portable and wireless devices, Harman Kardon remains relevant by collaborating with smartphone brands and implementing voice control. Despite a completely revamped catalog, the brand's founding principles still live on: beautiful sound and beautiful design. Ultimately, the history of Harman Kardon is a story of continuous craftsmanship and vision. From a small workshop in the 1950s to a pioneer of integrated receivers, stereo systems, and cassette decks, the brand's engineers have repeatedly created audio trailblazers, while its designers have shaped recognizable images. Owners changed, market trends came and went, but the brand's identity remained intact. And today, when music lovers hear the name Harman Kardon, whether on a vintage tube tuner or a modern wireless speaker, they should remember 7 decades of dedication to pure, beautiful sound. As has been said, the spirit of Harman Kardon is the very spirit that made listeners tremble with Shostakovich's Fifth. Well, that concludes the story of the legendary Harman Kardon brand. This video may not have covered the entire brand's history, but other videos dedicated to related stories and companies have already been released on this channel. More videos related to the history of Harman will be released in the future. So stay tuned for updates, like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you for watching until the end. Until the next video.